Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, are there some simple ways to flirt with a girl, especially if I'm quiet and shy? Well, if so, I'm glad you asked, because that's exactly what I'm gonna go over with you today. And to make sure you never miss out on a girl you are trying to flirt with, or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right here, right now. Okay, so a lot of guys get very intimidated when it comes to having to flirt with us girls because when they think of the word flirting, they think of the word sex. Or they simply think that it's just, too much for them, especially if they're not much of a talker. But really, flirting is just hinting at a relationship or the concept of you and me becoming an us. And once you understand that and understand that you don't have to talk too freaking much in order to get saucy with us, it'll make flirting that much more easier for you and it'll make you feel so much more compelled and excited to do it with us. So the first simple way to flirt is to do knees on knees. I don't know if you could see my knee in this. So body language is a great way to signal to her brain that there is an us. And because the knees are a very sensual part of the body, connecting your knee to her knee is a very innocent way to connect your genitals later. Again, because it is such a taboo spot to touch a woman, doing it with your own knee is harmless enough, but also enough to signal to our brain that, oh, this guy and me should be in Pound Town. This is something really simple you could do when you're sitting next to each other, but I wouldn't try to do it when y'all are standing or face to face. The second simple way to flirt is just by winking. Winking is a way to show a woman that you guys have a secret connection already. It's also a way to kind of insinuate something a little, what's the word I want to use? Salacious, or even a deeper meaning to what you're actually saying. So for instance, if you leave to go get her another drink at the bar and you see her back at the table, you give her a simple wink across the way just to let her know that you're still there connected with her, even though you guys are apart. Or maybe you're telling her that yeah, I love cooking, it's my favorite thing to do. And then you could just give her a little wink. That will send a signal to us that ooh, I'm gonna get cooked for before I get pounded. The third simple way to flirt is going back to touching, where you touch on high points. What I mean by touching on high points is touch when you guys agree on something or even when you disagree on something. Touch when you're both laughing, and touch when you're doing an interjection. So touching when you guys have an agreement reinforces the fact that you guys have something similar together. And touching on a disagreement can be very playful, and it's also a way to stay connected when you sort of break that relationship in that disagreement. The reason you want to touch during laughs is because it's a very high energy, very positive feeling that you're both feeling. So when you put your skin to hers and when you connect, literally, what you're doing is you're reinforcing to our brains that, oh my God, I feel this good. And the reason I feel this good is because of this man. And also in interjections. So again, I think in my last video I talked about, or maybe a couple of videos ago, I talked about when you interrupt a woman and how to properly interrupt a woman, because we want you to listen. Women go crazy when we know a guy is paying attention and listening to us. So when you're gonna interrupt us, if you lightly touch us while you are gonna interrupt, what it means is that, hey, I'm still with you even though I've cut you off, just so you know that I'm still here and I'm not off in my head. Again, back to what flirting is. Flirting is reinforcing the me, you, and us. The fourth simple way is to use emojis. I can't stress this enough. I say it all the time. When you're talking via text, please utilize emojis. They say that our brain retains information better if we write in blue ink. So if she's accustomed to reading black and white lettering on her phone, what do you think it's gonna do when she sees a colorful kissy face emoji? Kiss, kiss. Exactly, it's gonna send dopamine. She's gonna feel all filled with joy and happiness and fun. And it's gonna be because of you. The fifth simple way to flirt is something I really love, and it's saying something as simple as, that's cute, or even, that's sweet. So say she's saying something you really like, where she's like, I like to go jet skiing every Sunday. Or maybe she says something like, I make sure to go to church every Sunday. You saying something as simple as, that's cute, or that's sweet, shows your attraction for her without actually saying, I'm attracted to you. Again, it's a very subtle way of saying I approve of your behavior because It's gonna be great when we're together, without being too forward or obvious that you wanna be together. And the sixth way is a piggyback off of the last one, which is saying ew when you disapprove of something. The reason I like the idea of saying ew or is because it's a very playful way to disagree with a girl. Pickup artists actually call it, I think, breaking rapport. It's when you actually take the relationship away from us and you make us work back towards it. In a way, you make us work for your affection again. And when you disagree with an ew or something like again, while touching her and making contact on that high point, you're still planting the seed of an us in her brain. So those are the 6 simple ways to flirt with us women if you're not too forward of a guy, or if you know you're not too talkative, or you're not the guy who just swings the dick everywhere. And for even more ways to get playful and flirty with girls and ways that speak to who you are, don't forget to check out my Speak to Spark Arousal program right over here. Just enter your email and you'll be redirected to the video. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.